An update to a story that Channel 5 first brought you in May. An Alton family believes that their developmentally disabled daughter might be on her way home tonight. She disappeared Memorial Day weekend. They're pointing fingers at the Alton Police Department tonight, but Alton's police chief says the department followed procedures. Channel 5's Taylor Winkle talked to both sides.
Lydia Magdalena Gomez's family tells us she's developmentally disabled. They say her missing persons case calls for a different kind of response from police. We talked to officials with the state about challenges parents could face and what their rights are.
I just want to thank everybody.
A mix of emotions for this mom.
And I just thank God, because I don't have nothing to thank them for, because for all I know, my daughter could have been dead.
Gregoria Rios says she's worked since Memorial Day to get her daughter back home. She tells Channel 5 she doesn't know if her missing daughter Lydia ran away or was pressured or coerced into leaving with someone she met online. Either way, she ended up in Greeley, Colorado, alone and far away from home.
Her mentality, is not like a normal person. And this is what's making it hard for her to get home.
Lydia has a developmental disability, a learning delay. So even though she's 29, her mental capacity is more like that of a child's. Her mom says after she learned where her daughter was, she wasn't able to get law enforcement to do a welfare check. She wants to know why Lydia's missing person case wasn't handled in another way.
She's in a different state. How is it that she's found if she's not brought home?
We looked into it, asking if parents of adults with special needs have additional rights when it comes to cases involving their children. We called the Texas Health and Human Service Commission, the Texas Council for Developmental Disabilities, and the State Attorney General's office. We found cases like Lydia's are handled the same as those without a disability. The ARC of Texas is an organization promoting for human rights of those with intellectual disabilities. They say that's a concern,
especially when dealing with cases that involve law enforcement. I don't believe law enforcement has had appropriate training on how to work with individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities and how to respond to them.
They say it's important not to overprotect people with disabilities. At the same time, extra support to keep them safe needs to be provided. Piccola says extra training would benefit both parties.
We hear lots of cases where after law enforcement knows that the person has an intellectual disability, after a parent reveals it to them, that doesn't change the course of their actions. And we feel that some competency training would go a long way in making sure that these individuals are supported in the way that they need to be.
We spoke to the Alton police chief, who tells us they followed procedure with Lydia. She was first entered into a nationwide system as a missing persons case on May 30th. Chief Soteo tells us Lydia made contact with the department multiple times, telling them she was safe and didn't want to go home. The case was then changed to a welfare check. An officer in Greeley, Colorado did make contact with Lydia. Alton police say the state of Texas told the department to clear the case on July 28th. Reporting in Alton, I'm Taylor Winkle, Channel 5 News at 6.
Now, as we said, Lydia's parents believe that she is on a bus on her way home. Along with this case comes the question of guardianship and if parents of disabled children should seek guardianship. This is a Channel 5 News Extra. The ARC of Texas says in some cases, guardianship could make it easier to get an order from a judge to do a welfare check on an individual. When guardianship is established, rights like voting, marriage, and the right to work are taken away from the child. The ARC of Texas says other options are available as an alternative to guardianship, like limited guardianship and supported decision-making, which leaves more rights for the disabled person intact.